and restart this playthrough. I actually did. We did start it. There is a VOD showing the beginning of the game. All the way through the Mars mission. Up to like when you first go to the Citadel and get the mission to go to Paladin. Which is where we're at now. I did exactly what we did just on Insanity. Because I forgot how to set Insanity on this game. But as you can see now, we are on Insanity. So, yeah, we are properly playing the game this time. I have 4 points, but I want to save them for Adrenaline Rush. Cryo ammo would be nice. Disruptor ammo is good for shields. Incendiary ammo is better, though. I think. No, that's just damage. Cryo ammo is the health regen. I don't think we're going to end up getting frag or concussive shot at all. I'm going to be real. Anyway. Right now we have the Obelisk and Paladin. And that's it. I could read some of this shit. Oh, it's reading for me.
To discover the Citadel. When the Solarians arrived, it was the Asari
I forgot it does
proposed
this.
the establishment of the Citadel Council to maintain peace throughout the galaxy.
We'll do this when we come back to the series, because I didn't do that last time. And I'd like to do that. Anyway, we did get Deanna, like we did previously. Like, everything's where we were. Except we're on Insanity. So, while the first mission was a little bit harder, it wasn't that much harder. I think we saw this before as well, but I'm not sure. Because I think we went back to the ship. It's fine. We did not move forward, though. Which is important. Because the next thing to do is to go to Paladin, and we did not do that. Or the next main story thing to do is to go to Paladin. I don't know how much exploration we can do right now. Probably a decent amount. But anybody who has played Mass Effect, or if you were around long enough ago and saw my playthroughs, or went back and watched the old ones, why you would want to watch my old shit, I have no idea. But you would kind of know how the space travel works in the Mass Effect games and how very different it's become over the games. Not super different between 2 and 3, but some not significant, well, kind of significant differences. One majorly significant difference between 2 and 3. So with 1, if you remember, there wasn't a lot of like exploration to it. It's kind of like point and click. You go to the planet, you land on it, or you don't. Maybe survey it to get an item. You're done. And 2, every planet was surveyable for resources, except for planets like that were specifically for landing on, like Omega, which isn't a planet, I know, but fuck you. We had a bad dream. Who's coming to say hi? Is it Liara? It's Liara, isn't it? Yep. I didn't mean to rekindle this relationship, but it kind of happened. Also, I don't think it's fully rekindled. Because we did do that relationship in ME1, so I had redone it in the replay through I had to do. And I ended up kind of playing with it in the Shadow Broker DLC.
I didn't get what you'd call a good night's rest.
There's more to it than that, isn't there? What's really bothering you?
Dead people.
When the Reapers hit, I could hear people screaming in the streets below me. We left a lot of them behind.
There's no way for you to save them all.
I get that.
I know you're doing everything you can, and you'll get back there in time to help.
I hope you're right.
Don't blame yourself, Commander.
I don't.
Commander Shepard, I'm Specialist... Oh. I beg your pardon. I thought you were alone.
I
He's
was
going
just
to be.
leaving.
Commander Shepard, I'm Comm Specialist Samantha Traynor with Alliance R&D. I
Okay.
was part of the team retrofitting the Normandy after you turned it over to the Alliance. There weren't many of us aboard when the Reapers hit.
It's okay.
Slow down, Specialist Trainer. You're doing fine.
Thank you. I worked in a lab. I never thought I'd be serving on a ship.
Well,
Why don't you
this
tell me
is what
about the
happens.
retrofits?
The ship's in line with Alliance regs now, and it has new, top-of-the-line quantum entanglement communicators. In fact, Admiral Anderson had intended to use the Normandy as his mobile command center.
That's no longer an option.
Nope.
Yes, I heard he chose to stay and fight. In any event, I'm honored to serve under you, Commander. For as long as you need me, that is. They only sent me here to oversee the retrofits.
Shepard, some of our systems require further testing, and Specialist
I mean,
Traynor
I
has
wasn't
been
gonna
extremely
send her
effective
away
during
anyway.
installation. I would prefer that she remain.
Got it, Edie.
Oh, wait, since when does a virtual intelligence make requests?
Edie's an AI. Fully self-aware.
Oh, I knew it. I knew Joker was lying.
Jeff requested that I pretend to be a simple VI to protect myself. I apologize for the deception.
Thanks, Edie, and I apologize for all those times I talked about how attractive your voice was. Anyway, shall I give you a tour?
Why apologize
I'm
about
impressed
that?
by the new upgrades.
I don't understand. But that
In
lets
the
us know
CIC,
that
you'll find the
Miss
galaxy
Taylor
map
is
where
not
you
an
can set
option
the
for this
Normandy's
playthrough.
destination. You can also check your messages
She
at
wasn't
your
our
command
option
terminal.
anyway. But, you know, that's neither here nor there.
The War Room houses a strategic command center for mission-specific intel and war analysis. The shuttle bay contains an armory where you can modify your equipment between missions. Finally,
Cool.
Liara has set up a lot of hardware down in the old XO office on Deck 3. I think she's claimed that room.
That was
And
my
there
room.
you are. Still the same ship as before, it just flies Alliance colors now. Speaking of which, I believe Admiral
Actually, it
Hackett
hasn't
would like
been
to
my
speak
room
to you
in a
if
long
you've got-
time. That was the captain's room in the Mass Effect 1, and then when they rebuilt it, they moved it to the 3rd floor.
Commander, Udina updated me on your meeting with the Council. Sounds like they're running scared.
Yep.
We did present them with a lot of unknowns. They're feeling threatened and want immediate solutions, not theories.
Makes sense.
Theories are all we've got right now. What's your plan?
I'm trying to get Turian Primarch for a summit meeting with the Asari and Solarians.
Yeah,
I'll bypass
that's
the
what we're
council
gonna
and
do.
appeal directly to their leadership.
That's good, I like it. This is where we start laying the groundwork for our counterattack.
Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot to back it up right now.
Then build alliances. Gather everything and everybody you can for the cause.
What about the Prothean device?
Find me people who can help build it, and if you can't, I'll take ships, soldiers, supplies, whatever you can get.
I got it.
We need to keep hitting the Reapers across every theater of war they open. Buy us time to figure out the device.
And when it's finished?
Assuming it ever is, we pool all our resources. Think of it as a giant armada for delivering the device, when the Reapers are most vulnerable.
When would that
The stronger
be?
you can make that armada, the better the chances of punching through.
So there's a thing about this.
What about Earth, sir?
Just have to hope Anderson and what's left of the
when we get
Alliance
to that, we'll get to
can
that.
hold out until we defeat the enemy.
I understand.
Good. Then make it happen, Commander. I'll be expecting regular updates on your progress. Hack it out.
So, Mass Effect 3 had, and I want to say had specifically because it does not have anymore, to my knowledge, multiplayer capabilities. It had a multiplayer mode. War assets. We're getting to this. The people, weapons, armies, and fleets that you have accumulated are your war assets. The overall readiness of the galaxy determines how effectively these assets will perform in the final battle. Okay, so we have the Alliance Engineering Corps. The Alliance Engineering Corps cuts roads through mountains and builds bases on asteroids. While the bulk of the AEC has active wartime duties, their brightest are helping build a device of Prothean origin recovered on Mars. Due to the staggering amount of raw materials required, the AEC has given been given unprecedented emergency funding for any Alliance resources that will not interfere with the deployment of troops. The 103rd Marine Division. The old saying, every Marine is a rifleman, still holds true in the Alliance. Every Marine enlistee from clerk to sniper goes through a period of infantry training. As a result, the 103rd Marine Division is Earth's largest collection of Special Forces soldiers. Officers from notable battles, such as the Skillian Blitz and the First Contact War, run harsh training exercises in a variety of environments, insisting the Marines be prepared to storm any beach on any planet. This training has been useful in the Reaper War, as the 103rd can be fighting in an Arctic desert one week, crawling through the jungles the next. Alliance First Fleet. The First Fleet was stationed near the Charon Relay when the Reapers invaded the Sol system. By the time Admiral Hackett issued the order to retreat, its size, once the largest in the Alliance Navy, had been cut in half. Commanding Admiral Ines Lindholm made the painful decision to use a tenth of the fleet's remaining vessels as cover so the remainder could escape. Her gamble paid off as the First Fleet limped out of the relay to rally with the rest of the Alliance forces on the run. Updated. The fleet lost a third of its vessels protecting the Council during the Battle of the Citadel 2 years ago. Unfortunately, the Alliance did not have time to rebuild the fleet to its previous strength before the Reapers invaded. So there's one of our butterfly effects from Mass Effect 1. Saving the Council caused us to have less readiness, or less military strength. Can't get those two confused. For the First Fleet. And probably the 3rd and 5th fleets as well. Stationed at Arcturus, the 3rd Fleet is headed by Admiral Natesh Sin. When the Reapers came for the station, Sin had already pulled his command ship, the SSV Logan, back to an ideal firing position for its mass accelerator cannons. The Dreadnought's guns managed to slow down a destroyer before it could demolish the 3rd Fleet, but Sin was forced to retreat in the face of overwhelming opposition from the Reapers. Also lost a third of its vessels during the Council, saving the Council. The 5th Fleet became famous across the galaxy after spearheading the Alliance forces at the Battle of the Citadel. It was guarding Arcturus Station when the Reapers attacked. After a bloody and desperate battle, Admiral Hackett gave the order to retreat, sacrificing the entirety of the Alliance 2nd Fleet to give the 3rd and 5th the chance to escape. The 5th Fleet's engineers are busy repairing its damaged vessels, grimly anticipating a return to Earth and revenge against the Reapers. Also lost a third of its vessels. Deanna Allers. Alliance news reporter Deanna Allers has been broadcasting from the Normandy, interviewing crew members and high-ranking Alliance officers to give the galaxy an insider's view of the war. Alliance frigate Normandy SR-2. When the original SSV Normandy was destroyed, Cerberus rebuilt the ship from stolen Alliance plans. Dubbed the SR-2, the Alliance took the new Normandy apart and refitted some of its systems with the new technology of its own. As a result, the SR-2 Normandy is the highest performing frigate in the entire Alliance Navy. It's possibly the fastest ship in its class. The Normandy is commanded by Shepard, an Alliance officer and humanity's first Spectre. Updated. To bolster the Normandy's firepower, Commander Shepard installed a Thanix magnetic hydrodynamic cannon on the ship's undercarriage. Based on Reaper technology, the powerful weapon fires molten metal accelerated to a fraction of the speed of light. Updated. Before taking on the Collectors, Commander Shepard reinforced the Normandy's superstructure with Solaris armor. This protective layer of carbon nanotube sheeting can withstand temperatures that would normally instantly vaporize more conventional armor. Updated. The Normandy has been upgraded with cyclonic barrier technology, allowing the ship's Mass Effect field projectors to fire rapidly oscillating barriers that deflect rather than directly absorb kinetic shocks. There's our first Mass Effect 2. Well, not our first one. We have Liara. in general, but our first Mass Effect 2 Butterfly, mineral resources. Commander Shepard uncovered significant elemental deposits while scanning planets with the Normandy SR-2. When the Alliance dry docked the Normandy, they seized all recovered elements. This material surplus has gone towards building the Prothean device discovered on Mars. Nice. Khalisa bint Sinan al-Jilani. Westerland News reporter Khalisa bint Sinan al-Jilani reached out recently to her viewers with a wartime plea for unity and cooperation among all galaxy species. Updated, her sincerity touched extranet viewers, and donations for war efforts are pouring in, both to the Alliance and its alien allies. And that covers everything we have right now. So, right now, it looks like they updated it for the fact that multiplayer does not exist anymore. Because there used to be a readiness of war meter, which Alliance forces are overwhelmed by the Reapers on multiple fronts, taking heavy casualties. Troops assisting in a final push will have a strength of 655. Chances of success are very poor. So yeah, the readiness of war meter was your multiplayer part. And it's not in the game anymore. To my knowledge. I kind of want to look that up now before I speak on this. ME3 ready for war. Readiness for war. Okay, yeah. So, give me a second and I will show you. So you see how the menu looks now, right? If I take this and we'll just kind of make it like here for a minute. I'm gonna grab this. Let's move you up. Then properties. So you see how it is like it's got like a total military strength, as we still have, and a readiness rating, and then effective military strength. So the way it used to work, and it worked like this until they removed the multiplayer, because you can no longer do the multiplayer, right? There's no longer online services. It would sit at 50% unless you played multiplayer. Then it would go up as you do things in the multiplayer. So you would have to play the multiplayer to get 100%, or you would basically have to do everything in the game to make sure that you hit that threshold. Not absolutely everything, but enough to hit the minimum. Because if you don't have the minimum, you're just gonna fail. So yeah, that's cool. Anyway, I'm gonna move that back down and hide it. I forget what I was using that for before, but yeah. Just so you understand what I was looking at, because I haven't played the game. To my knowledge, I haven't played the game again since they removed the multiplayer. So yeah, now it's just total military strength, which makes it way easier. Because you'll hit that minimum very, very quickly. Model Alliance shuttle pickup. I got a Model Alliance shuttle. I don't know. I guess that goes in my room. Oh yeah, this is the one that has all the extra. Private Campbell and Private Westmoreland. Hello.
The Alliance has found a new Cerberus lab on Sanctum. Admiral Hackett would like you to investigate.
Okay.
Commander, come to check on your new...
Just wanted to see how you were doing.
Still trying to get my bearings. When I was
Oh,
working
yeah.
on the Normandy's upgrades, I left at the end of the day. I didn't even have a toothbrush.
If you
to change
didn't
clothes
tell,
until I made some emergency
she's not a
purchases
romance
on
option.
Citadel.
But
Next time
we'll
you
find
need
out pretty
something,
quick.
just ask. We're all in this together.
She can be, though,
It's
just
no
not for this
trouble,
playthrough.
Commander. I'm sure
If
you
that
have
makes
larger
sense.
concerns.
We can put in a requisition order.
My toothbrush is a Cision Pro Mark IV. It uses tiny Mass Effect fields to break up plaque and massage the gums. It costs 6,000 credits.
Okay. Yeah. You're on your own with that.
In any event, I appreciate you giving me the chance to stay. Was there anything else?
Yeah.
How'd you end up in the military anyway?
My family didn't have money for university. When the Alliance
This is
sent
the
my
best part
exchange
about
schools, they
BioWare
offered me a
games.
full
We still need to go back and
I
play
spent my 5 years
the
after
Dragon Age
graduation
series.
and decided to stay.
And this will probably
I
get me
really
back
like
into wanting to
challenges
do
that
that. But
although I'm sure I'll grow to
we
like
also
them
need to
myself as
play
well.
KOTOR at some point.
I'm surprised you're worrying about a toothbrush. We've got
Which,
bigger problems right now.
I'm terrible, but I would still want to play
Seeing the
KOTOR.
Reapers on Earth was terrifying. But I won't
Because we can
help
make it
anyone
work.
by bursting into tears here in the CIC, will I? Being here on the Normandy helps. If anyone in the galaxy can stop the Reapers, it's you.
I'm,
Flagging your
thank you
messages
for
and
your
leveraging strategic intel helps you in any way,
vote of
then
confidence.
it's worth it.
What's your lab
You worked
job?
in Alliance R&D?
Yes, you'd think quantum entanglement would make communication easy, but imagine incorporating multiple incoming sources and then networking them with extrapolations of time lag data to construct a coherent
Yeah, I
situation
don't
good.
know anything
It's
about
an exciting
basic
challenge.
communications,
For me, anyway.
so you're just talking out your ass for me.
Where are you from originally?
A colony in the Terminus systems, actually. Though I studied on Earth at Oxford. My
I can
parents
tell.
were from London. They loved Earth, but they wanted
I
the
can
fun
tell.
the colony life could offer. If they stayed in London, I imagine they'd be dead right now.
A lot of people back on
You don't
Mars
know
are
that.
alive and counting on us.
Quite true, Commander.
Oh, goodbye.
Carry on, specialist.
Email. Special Ops. From Stephen Hackett. Shepard, Alliance forces are stretched thin across the galaxy. We need your specific talents for a series of ops. These missions will open doors for the Alliance in places we can't touch through conventional means. We'll deploy operatives to hold point after you've completed your objectives. I need you to head to Cerberus Labs on the planet Sanctum. I'll brief you when you're inbound. Hackett. Commander Shepard, this letter formally acknowledges your reinstatement into the Alliance Navy per Admiral David Anderson's recent verbal communication. Under Emergency War Powers Regulation 903-5, you are hereby authorized to assume command of the Normandy SR-2. You are directed to begin interdiction operations against any and all enemies posing a threat to Earth, its colonies, and its allies. Furthermore, you are granted diplomatic authority to establish treaties with non-human races as required to support your mission. Sincerely, Admiral Stephen Hackett. Emergency from Alliance Fleet Operations. Flash, X1A-34. All Alliance military personnel, this is a galaxy-wide alert for all human territories. Fleet Admiral Hackett has declared threat condition Saber 1. Enemy presence confirmed in Sol System. Earth under Reaper attack. All Alliance military personnel are directed to evacuate Sol System at first available opportunity. Do not attempt Earth approach. Heavy enemy resistance reported. Repeat. Do not attempt Earth approach. Further instructions to follow on coded channel Crimson Tacit. Earth-based Alliance personnel unable to evacuate are directed to commence any and all necessary countermeasures. All remaining Alliance personnel outside of Sol Theater are directed to muster at pre-appointed staging areas and commence offensive combat operations at first available opportunity. In absence of further instruction, independent action is authorized. Excuse me. Apologies. Where's my mouse? Alright, K9. My dog. Dear Commander Shepard, I was a contractor working on the Normandy's haptic interface when it was in dry dock. Your VI, Edie, emailed me to let me know I left my dog mech on board. I'm all the way out in Terra Nova now, and would hate for you to go a million clicks out of your way to drop off my dog. Please just take care of her. She likes exploring, sniffing chemical trails, and 750-volt outlets. Thank you, and sorry for the trouble. I promise she won't be too much of a headache. Andrea Brown. So we have a dog. ANN alert. Alliance News Network information partners. By Ruxius Aurelius, ANN contributor. Citadel, where is the Quarian fleet? The latest intelligence shows that the Reapers are taking system after system at a feverish pace. Members of all races are fleeing their stations, colonies, and in some cases their homeworlds. This kind of forced exodus might seem especially familiar to the nomadic Quarians, who were pushed off their homeworld by the synthetic Geth centuries ago. But as the galaxy pushes back against the Reapers, the Quarians are conspicuously absent. Turian and Alliance spokespeople cannot provide the fleet's current location. They say they have other concerns at the moment. Whatever the Quarians are up to, they want it kept secret from the Council. After a refueling stop at Alien, the fleet left no stated destination. And there are also reports of a galaxy-wide call for all young adult Quarians to abandon their pilgrimages to rejoin the fleet. Greedy and short-sighted powers will always try to gain the upper hand in times of galactic crisis. We can only hope that whatever the Quarians are planning does not interfere with the only thing that should matter, stopping the Reapers. Read Ruxius Aurelius' regular column, View of the Empire, exclusively on ANN. Fear-mongering. Perfect. Welcome back, gift from Edie. While we were in dry dock, Joker suggested that a small welcoming gift would be appropriate to have on hand, should you be reinstated as commanding officer. As the ship does not have the capacity to accommodate the dancers he suggested, I suggested something from the official Systems Alliance catalog. Soldiers who have held an N7 designation for 5 years or more are entitled to a commemorative hooded jacket for wear on off-duty hours. You will find it among the selection of casual clothing in your cabin. Edie. You haven't upgraded. Oh, I should have used this voice for Glyph. I forgot about Glyph. Dear Commander Shepard, some of the data you found allowed me to research an upgrade for you. Simply access the terminal in Dr. Tassoni's office at your convenience, and you may choose how and when to implement it. Have a pleasant day. Glyph. Priority Mission Eden Prime. From Alliance Command. Commander, Cerberus has attacked Eden Prime and is now occupying the colony. Alliance forces are stretched too thin right now to attempt to liberate the colony, but we've been doing what we can to covertly aid the local resistance. In the process, we've learned that Cerberus has uncovered a major Prothean artifact. We don't know what it is, but it appears to be the reason for the attack on the colony. We need you to infiltrate the colony and recover the artifact. So there is one that we will not be doing until almost the end of the game, and that is the Citadel. This is a DLC mission, by the way. If you don't know what this is for, I forgot until I started reading it, and then I remembered. If you don't know, that'll be fun. Anyway, does this still have Codex stuff to pick up? I don't remember. Hello, gentlemen, as you were. We have spent 28 minutes just kind of wandering around doing nothing, so that's good. Where's my boy? There he is. Hello, Joker.
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings...
Seth Green has returned.
...step up and tell you they just can't help.
They're doing everything they can.
Did they at least validate our parking? Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them. You know, for old time's sake.
Oh, thank you for that. Having nothing over here is a little weird. Also, they have streamlined everything, so like we can go up to our room again and see what's going on in our room. We have ships up here. We've collected 2 so far. I might have missed one already. I hope not. Used to be able to click that thing for achievements. I don't know why I can't. We can also check that. We have a fish tank that has no fish. Alright, so my casual set. They gave us the hoodie. So this is something they gave us. I always wear this though. That's not gonna... Ugh. Ugh, look at that lack of health. Okay, so the helmet would give me a health boost. The chest would drop a health boost for shield regen. I don't have shoulders. The legs would just be melee damage. I don't need that. Where are... Oh, the lights are on the back. I can make the lights black and then it looks like they're not on. That'd be interesting. Alright, well, we don't have a lot going on here yet because we don't really have helmets. But we are going to put a helmet on so that we get the health bonus. We're going to need everything we can get. Shield regen would be the one I really want, I think. I'll flush the toilet. Alright. Let's head down to the crew deck and see what's going on down here. Here's our list of people who have died. Ashley Williams is on the list. Jenkins is on the list. And most of the crew, Emerson, Barrett, Dablonsky, but not everybody. We don't have any of the main names, like the ones we really know. So that's good. Hello, madam. Hello, sir. At ease. I'm just, you know, going through your things. I'm not allowed in that room at all. Here's the observatory. I don't know if anything ever goes in there. Life support again, where our friend used to live. I got a model ship here, the Destiny Ascension, so there's another ship. Poker table, just for James. Alright. I can't flush these toilets, though. Okay, so... Shànks is here. Can't forget about Shànks. But first, we gotta go into this room. I had to be careful with Liara. Yeah, Liara.
Commander Shepard, it's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph instead of Info Drone 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information.
I had to be very careful with how I talk to Liara because we don't want to rekindle our relationship if we're going to be pursuing a different rekindling for Mass Effect 2. We can, though, since we did kind of touch on it in ME2, which I probably shouldn't have done. We could very well rekindle that relationship. Anyway, I can get an armor mod kit.
It was less than ideal.
We're gonna get shields.
Deny the Reapers exist, but I'm not sure how much comfort that is while they bicker over which portion of the galaxy to save.
Wow, becoming the big info brokers turned you into a real cynic, Liara. I like it.
I'm flattered. I think.
This
Right.
terminal contains non-essential
Prothean notes,
from your allied
2171 to
forces. Dr. Tassoni
2185.
has granted you access.
Glyph, Remind me to clean up these old notes. Perhaps reviewing them will lead to something useful for the Prothean device. Liara. 2171. The University of Ceres agreed to sponsor me at the Prothean dig on Dretarop. Very exciting. Professor Hanel is heading the expedition herself. Maybe I can even ask her for her opinion on my thesis outline. Attachment. Thesis on Prothean First Contact Protocols. 2141. I believe Dr. Joshua was right to suggest that Prothean artifacts we unearthed are from the Third Age, not the Fourth. What an embarrassing mistake. At least he seemed to approve of the rest of the paper. Attachment. Paper on a comparison of the Prothean technology to a modern circuit logic. 2183, Part 1. I'm going on the Theorem expedition. I never thought I'd gain permission to visit the Prothean ruins there, but the University of Ceres must have secured the funding after all. Now to pack. Attachment. Paper on the end of the Prothean Empire. 2183, Part 2. Goddess, this human shepherd has the key to comprehending the Protheans on an instinctual subconscious level. If only I could have been there when the commander touched the beacon on Eden Prime. I'll try to learn more about the cipher on board the Normandy. The involvement of the Reapers is troubling to say the least. Paper on the end of the Prothean Empire with correction notes. 2185. I reviewed the old Shadow Broker's footage on the collectives. It's chilling to know that they're the Protheans' husks. At least nothing sentient could possibly remain after what the Reapers did to them. Attachment. Paper on Prothean biology. Message from Operative Farron to the Shadow Broker. I made contact with Tazik yesterday. I don't know how I mixed those two up. The look on his face was priceless. He's not happy you put me in charge of scouting the terminus systems, but he's doing a good job of keeping us alive. I've never seen so many pirates and mercs on edge. The black market's unreliable, and it's getting harder to make contact with suppliers. The Alliance won't be able to rely on it as a source of crucible materials for long, and things get worse. Some of the other operatives think we should cut our losses now, but I just kept asking them. When did the odds ever stop the broker? Farron. P.S. I hope you finally got our little friend Droney to stop saying shadow and broker out loud in the same sentence to anyone in sight. Yeah. To me, at least.
Please, enjoy your day.
Hello, Liara.
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent shadow broker without data feeds.
That's fair.
You have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
You're a very busy person now.
Did the Protheans actually complete this weapon?
I mean, they died.
You mean, will it work? They wouldn't have poured their last resources into this device if they thought otherwise. But we really need to find out just what kind of weapon they left us.
It'd be nice to know we're not kids playing around with a loaded gun.
Absolutely. The damage it could cause if it backfired is unthinkable. This will be difficult even for us. If something happens on a mission, if either one of us are hurt. Shepard, there's something I need to ask before we go any further. I know you and Tali grew close. Is that in the past? Should I forget there was anything between us?
So we're gonna do this. We're gonna push this to the side. But I wish we wouldn't, because I haven't actually pursued this in any playthrough. But it's our first playthrough on stream. We have to.
I don't think we'd work anymore.
Really? Thank you for letting me know.
I think it's best for both of us.
Of course. Well, anyway, I should get down to business.
She gets very distant from this point.
Exactly
Not that she gets much more talking going forward anyway. But
Hello again, Shepard.
How much do you know about this Prothean artifact?
Very little. We're fortunate enough data survived to piece together the
at least that was quick, and we didn't have to deal with it later.
As we can find.
It's that high tech?
I'd have killed for a glimpse of it during graduate school.
You brought your little help.
Now, what is nice is
it helps sort through all the data
in
that led me to the
future
archive on
playthroughs,
Mars.
if I do a full playthrough, I can romance whoever I don't kill in Mass Effect 1, or whoever I do kill in Mass Effect 1. Unless I'm going to romance that person specifically throughout the whole series. But,
What's been happening with you as the broker, Liara?
It's been exciting. The old
yeah,
broker's ship.
that'll be fun.
Impressive, but it was never meant to be space-worthy. Which meant the elusive man eventually tracked me down on Hagalaz.
What happened?
I knew he was coming. Farron and I loaded as much of the ship's specialized hardware onto a shuttle as we could. We got away from Cerberus' ships after arranging an appropriate distraction.
What kind of distraction?
Sending the broker's ship exploding into a Cerberus cruiser. I don't think the elusive man expected me to give up my resources in such a spectacular fashion.
Can you still operate as the broker without the ship?
Well, I couldn't let the elusive man have it. I saved what was crucial. My network of agents is intact, although the Reapers have taken a toll on their numbers. It's taking a while to re-establish contact.
So where is Farron if you two escaped?
He convinced me he was recovered enough to work, and I do need more agents.
Agent Farron didn't report any injuries during his last call to you, Doctor.
True. Given what he survived, I should probably worry less.
This is true. What's new?
What have you been up to since we last saw each other?
Since you helped me defeat the Shadow Broker, I started looking for defenses against the Reapers.
Fair enough.
The Protheans were the only ones with substantial information on them. The older civilizations barely had records. I knew the elusive man was hunting for the same thing when our agents began crossing paths.
Like on Mars?
We are...
I'd covered my tracks.
We've
had surveillance there.
literally done nothing for an hour, and I'm kind of here for it.
We'll talk later.
Of course.
Alright, goodbye, guys. I don't think... Hello, Chakos. I'll come back to you. I don't think there's anything up here yet because we haven't gotten our best friend. And I would not be a stretch to call them our best friend, considering what they've been through with us. Like, legitimately. We can reassign power bonuses and reassign powers here, so if we ever want to reset, we can. Here's that AI we had to shoot down. Jesus. Anyway. Hello, Chakos.
Commander?
Everything okay down here, Doctor?
The Alliance team cleaned up and restocked, but it's still my old med bay. Feels like home.
Good.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I've never brought Michelle.
I'd like to examine you.
Nothing wrong with me, is there?
No, but we should keep an eye on all those cybernetic implants Cerberus grafted into you.
Expensive stuff bringing me back.
Worth every penny. Let's just make sure everything is...
Yeah, I've never brought Michelle
Guess a checkup never hurts.
for 3.
Just no
because
smell.
I've always been able to save Chakwas.
Alas, to my great disappointment,
I should do that at some point.
invasive. I'm just going to run some diagnostics on your implants, and it'll take a few readings. Good. Your implants are showing little sign of rejection. Just keep up that positive outlook of yours, Commander, and your scars shouldn't return. That's it. You're the picture of health.
How's our inventory of meds?
The medbay was fully stocked before you left Earth. We should be good for a long time, even given the amount of fire you take each day.
Do you ever regret working for Cerberus?
We didn't work for them. We used them. If I were to feel anything, it would be guilt. We took their money.
That's fair.
Took their best people. Took their best ship. We used them to defeat the Collectors, and now we are using their resources against them. So no, I don't regret it one bit.
Good.
You've never mentioned any of your family.
None to speak of, really. I'm the last of a prestigious line of medical professionals. The Alliance is my spouse, and you're all my children. I'm blessed with many close friends. But with each Alliance vessel taken, I lose one or two. We need to end this war.
Okay. We will do that, Doctor.
Take care, Shepard.
I'm gaining reputation by just wandering around and talking to people. I'm good with this. To engineering. I've got friends in the engineering bay. Well, I don't have them yet. I just remembered that. But I will have them. Is the hamster here? I got the Turian cruiser. I got the Sovereign model. I got the Shadow Broker model. I got the hamster! Fuck. I knew the hamster was down here. Where'd he go? Where'd that little bitch go? Ah, hamster! Hamster! Fuck. I don't remember this being so difficult to catch. Come back here, you little bitch. Hamster? 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 Alright, well we got a bunch of ships and shit for our room. We got Engineer Adams here. And our Mass Effect core. Nobody else is down here right now though. It's kind of weird. Hello, Mr. Adams.
Engineer Adams, what are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR-1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR-2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship.
Nice.
And about that, Cerberus, I mean. I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chakwas contacted me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
Why didn't you join us?
I saw what happened to you when the Normandy went down. I didn't trust that it was really you, and I certainly didn't trust Cerberus.
I mean, that's fair.
Also, as an officer of the Alliance, I don't just leave my post, you know?
Your Alliance first. That's the way it should be.
Thank you, Commander. Glad to be aboard.
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel.
Nice.
My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis.
That's a hell of a
Happy to
name.
report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
Do you know anybody on the SS Quib
Normandy
on the
stack up
Quib
the old
Quib?
SR-1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR-2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger. This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much. I noticed you upgraded the kinetic barriers with cyclonic technology. Should help reduce the draw when under missile fire.
Hopefully that means fewer vaporized engineers.
The IES stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
And that means...
We should be able to drop out of FTL without triggering every sensor in range. Very handy for stealth reconnaissance. All in
Nice.
all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
What do you think of Edie?
We had a good talk during the retrofit. A little strange at first, talking shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a VI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then
Can't fool an engineer.
That kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You never expressed any skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
Good. No prejudice on this ship.
Aye, aye, sir.
Well, with that said, we did get 2 new missions. But it is time for... That is not what I clicked. Thank you. Thank you. It is time for break. All right.